Have you ever stepped somewhere familiar only to find out later it shouldn't even be there? It was just another ordinary day. You were running errands, perhaps picking up a few things from the shops. Maybe you were looking for a specific store, a convenience shop, a bookshop, a thrift store, whatever fits your vibe. But after wandering around the mall or down the high street, you can finally see it in the distance. There it is, the shop you were looking for, and it looks exactly the same as you remember it. The sign above the door is the same. You can smell the familiar scent from inside. And as you push open the door, you know that the layout of the store is exactly as you recall. You browse the aisles, looking for what you came for. But it's hard to shake off a feeling that something isn't quite right. The staff inside seem polite enough, but their voices are strangely muted, like they're not really there. Their uniforms seem outdated, like something from decades ago. And the cash register looks like it hasn't been updated since the 80s. The prices are strangely low, or maybe the items are just out of date. You notice that some of the products on the shelves are decades old, like vintage items that should have long been discontinued. It's unsettling, like stepping into a forgotten era. The lighting inside the store seems dimmer than it should be, or maybe the colors have faded. It's hard to explain. But you won't help but feel like you've slipped into an alternate timeline where time has stood still. You glance at your watch, but it seems to be moving slower than it should. Minutes crawl by like hours. When you finally leave the store, blinking against the sunlight, you realize that much more time has passed. It's suddenly much later than it should be. You try to dismiss it, chalking it up to the disorientation of being inside such a strange store. But you can't help but wonder about the staff, those oddly dressed employees with their outdated lingo and strange behavior. Are they stuck in some kind of time warp along with the store? Later that day, or maybe the next, you decide to go back. You want to tell someone about this bizarre experience? But when you get there, you find that the building is empty. It's boarded up, and there's a sign on the door indicating that it's closed for business. Locals you talk to say that the store closed down years ago, and no one has been able to recall when it might have reopened. They look at you strangely when you mention it because no one else remembers it ever being open. What was that store? What was it doing there all those years? Was it some kind of abandoned relic from the past? Or was it a glitch in the matrix? A brief window into an old version of reality before it was erased. Maybe it was your own memory failing you, your perception of time and reality. Or maybe it was something stranger, something that defied explanation. If you walked into a store that shouldn't exist anymore, would you keep it a secret or tell someone? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, check out my podcast where I explore the unexplained and the unknown. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.